And hello everyone, welcome to the Commander's Q&A. You guys have asked for this for a long time now, and here it is. This is Commander Cockings doing a Q&A style show, a little bit different to the Captain's log, because, you know, the Captain has his log, so I'm doing the Commander's Q&A. You guys can put comments in the questions below. No, you can put questions in the comments below, and I'll answer them on the show. And because I'm, I suppose, the more technical side of Trekyards, you'll get some behind-the-scenes updates from me as to how the technical side is coming, and hopefully learn some new stuff about what it actually takes to make this show. So yeah, here I am. I have 4 questions today, and they were submitted by, I wonder who. Well, we'll find out. The first question comes from a Captain Stuart Foley. Yeah. Commander Cockings, what was it about the amazing Captain Foley that drew you to his channel and turned leading to Trekyards? Oh god, these questions are all going to be like that, aren't they? Anyway, yeah, no, well, we've said a couple of times on podcasts and in our own 1-year anniversary, yeah, it was just a review of Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, that I watched on the Captain Foley channel. I liked it. It was new information. I do a lot of editing work. I did even back then, because I'm a professional videographer, did it at university and after, and so while you're editing, you need to, well, watch a lot of content, because quite a lot of editing can be kind of tedious, and Star Trek content is always good. And there was a review of Star Trek 2. He posted on some random Facebook groups, and I watched it, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And because, again, you sort of need this content just to, you know, help deal with the boredom of editing sometimes. I just saw his birthday one day, and then made a render, because it's always a nice excuse to animate Star Trek ships, and that was a nice excuse. So I did that. And then we got talking, and then, yeah, but I don't know, it was kind of just the personality, the obviously his love for the subject matter for Star Trek, and obviously having subsequently now known him for, 18, 19 months now. Sure. We've got quite a similar mindset to Trek, but it's fun because he's sort of the old guard, the TOS, the fastest Starfleet battles, and I've been brought up with the sort of more in the TNG era, where all that stuff is sort of as standard, and so all the, I don't know, it's a different feel that we each have for the show, but we've got a lot of the same core principles, and it's always fun when some of the ships we're so polar opposites about, the Klingon Bird of Prey, the Enterprise version, and some other ships, so that's a lot of fun, but a lot of the time we're very similar, so it's kind of a nice little dichotomy, and because we both happen to work relatively flexible schedules, that's helped us build a show, so it again, I keep saying to people, right time, right place, right person that led to the show. So there you go, Stuart Foley. Hope that answers your question. Second question, what was the first ship that really became your favourite ship in Trek? It's a good question. Obviously, you guys, well, you haven't seen the episode yet. But we've seen the first one. You probably know that Prometheus is my favourite, most of the time my favourite ship. That's a difficult one, though, because... Ooh, no, I mean, TOS Connie is always a great one, but I think it was always there. I don't think it was the first one that sort of grabbed my imagination as being, wow, that's an amazing ship. I did quite like the D, how advanced it felt on the inside and how interesting the design was. I think, though, maybe it might have been the Defiant when that first came out. I think that might have been the first ship that took me by, wow, that's a cool looking ship, it's different, it's kick-ass. I registered Quantums for some reason, and Pulse Phase, and I love the bridge, I love the sets, it's a lot of different things. And DS9 I always thought was lacking, didn't have a Federation ship, and finally getting such an interesting one really turned DS9 into something I really enjoyed. So probably the Defiant was the first one that I really loved, and I remember my dad and family used to collect the Micro Machines, the Star Trek Micro Machines ships, and I had the Series 1 set, and Dad had Series 1 and 2, and in Series 2 he had the Defiant, and I remember I was always thinking, I wish I would get my own one so I could have that Defiant. So it's probably the Defiant is probably that first one for me, Defiant. Yeah, and in this show, I guess you get to see the background, all its detail, which a lot of you guys have asked what it is, and it's not a poster. They're all individually rendered, all individually rendered ships. So I can take one off. All individual piece of paper that I had to cut round, render, print, and put on the wall in this sort of fun collage, because my previous background wasn't really a background, so I thought what would be really cool, and so a lot of these are Bridge Commander models, because they're an amazing community of ships that they built as a fan community. Downloaded them, converted them to my software, rendered them, and created a really cool wall. And a lot of them are actually authors from Tobias Richter, because he works with the show quite regularly, so you've got the Raptor and the Ares from Axnar, so a lot of support there. So yeah, that's my wall. Not the question I was asked, but yes, Defiant. Third question: if you had to pick an on-screen officer, first officer, as your number one, who would you pick? Ooh, that's difficult. I feel like everyone wants to say Spock because he's so good at everything. I always thought Riker was very charismatic, and you could hang out with Riker and be friends, but also have that respect for him. Not a huge fan of Kira. T'Pol's fine. Chakotay, underdeveloped as anything. Things with Spock, I think I'd feel, too intelligent for me, almost. Maybe? I don't know, it seems a bit odd, although you pick him as your second in command. But I'd probably go with Riker. I'm quite a TNG era onwards guy, so that's more where I feel at home. So I think Riker, he's a very good yin to the yang of Picard. He's a very good counterbalance. So I think I'd go with Riker. Yeah. And then last question, again from my Mr. Stuart Foley. You guys probably recognise the name. What is your favourite Trekyards blooper as you enter the show, and are there any moments that you remember that made you lol or smile? Favourite blooper? We've done so many shows, that's such a difficult question. God. I mean, in the early days, it was more mistakes that were like, we said a wrong stat, we said a wrong piece of data, we said, just things that were wrong, reset. Now, a lot of the time, it's more, we get one word that's wrong that we say in the script, that we've said out loud, and then it rebalances the entire sentence into something that it can't mean that, because otherwise it changes. I think once we said, I think I said actually it was, there was two words like higher and then more, but the meaning was subtly different, and in one way actually completely reversed the context of the sentence. So Stuart was like, no, that doesn't work. So I think that was quite fun. Bloopers though, there's so many. I like some Doug ones. I like some guest ones, because when you make, well, yeah, I think my funnest style of blooper is when, and this happens with John Eves and Doug quite a lot, when we have a point. Now they're very good at keeping in sort of they don't get the scripts because they'd rather go off the cuff sort of thing. But we obviously know where we're going with all the points. Sometimes they jump, and it's my job at the end of that to try and put it all together in a cohesive form. But sometimes the guests get quite into what they're saying, and we sort of ask a question. We know that's where they're jumping to, so we say, all right, well that's literally our next question, and they take that in, and then they're like, okay, great, and they keep going. It's like, no, we have to ask the next question. We get this continuous like, no, hold on, Doug, hold on, John, give us 1 second. And we filmed with John recently, and he did that 3 times in a row. Like, no, hold on. I'm gonna ask the question. Let me ask the question, and then you can go. And it's just this funny like, and they're always really happy. Like, oh yeah, it's fine. It's just a funny old thing when it comes to filming, because we've got a very specific formula and how we do it, and the sleekness is when you don't notice the edits. So that's that's always funny. But I should do a blooper reel. I know I should. But can you imagine going through all the footage of all the episodes? It's a lot of footage, and not knowing when the bloopers are, so you have to go through everything. And I'm not going to be able to go through the edited versions of the episodes where they actually have all the clips, because that's obviously the final version. So I'm going to have to go through the raws and make a new LCARs for like the blooper version. So it gets a little bit complicated, but I'll do that at some point. Yeah, but lots of fun things. There's lots of... Sometimes when we're filming for a long day, the bloopers get funnier and funnier because we're more tired or more drained, or just like, oh my god, we've been doing this for 3 hours. So those can be quite funny. But yeah, on the whole, we're pretty good at bloopers already. We know it's like, oh my god, and we just sort of keep going. But yeah, so that's my favourite style blooper. And that is the questions for this week. Just comment down below what you want to know for next week. Preferably Trek questions or behind the scenes questions or stuff like that. Maybe about what's on the wall. If you know what this ship is, comment, because I love this ship. It's a simple one, but let me know. But yeah, a couple of little updates. Stuart is now writing, and has been writing for 2 weeks now, the first of our 50th anniversary specials. These are the hero ships. These are the biggest episodes we're ever going to do. You thought Legends for the Bird of Prey was big, and the Ares. This is going to be a whole thing. Multiple different styles of show we're going to all put together. And I mean, my original idea when we started the show was to have the Legends be like hour-and-a-half movie-style versions. Split into different segments, but I mean, the complete version is that long. It has every bit of information, and we have several designers and this big meaty thing. So Stuart's doing an amazing job writing that one at the moment, and I'm very excited to read it. It's going to be a ship we haven't covered as much on the show so far. That's your tease. But it's going to be a lot of fun for the first one. We've got some new models for it, which will be really fun to show. So that's going to be great, but it takes a long time to make, obviously. And we're hoping sooner rather than later, but we'll let you guys know when those are coming out. So we are building those. Don't worry, guys. The 50th are coming, but we like having those one-offs and the two-offs and a ship every week, because fundamentally, if we make the big ships, you won't have those Saturday releases because that'll be the Saturday release. So do you want to have a month of say, Defiant? Just 4 straight weeks of Defiant? I mean, I don't know if you do. It's a weird one. So let us know in the comments below if you want the Legends or if you want the normal ships. I mean, we're going to do them. We need to work out how we're going to do them, but it's being written. And second of all, today we reached 1 million views on YouTube. The Trekyards channel has 1 million, 60 views on YouTube. That is incredible. We just released a video about that we recorded. Really exciting. It's certainly 10 million is so far away. You can't even fathom it. So reaching this milestone is like the big milestone of, wow, we did it, guys. And while we're not a viral channel, we're not getting 1 million views per episode, we're getting relatively small views. We've got such a passionate fan base that love and watch every episode we do, and that is fundamentally what we really like, because Trek is such a family, and we're making the Trekyards family. And so to get 1 million views is a combination of our work and your work of sitting through all of our stuff. So it's amazing. I'm so excited, and to have a channel that has 1 million views is really, really amazing. So that's awesome. That's probably it for today's first Commander's Log. Let me know what questions you have in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I don't do a lot of presenting just by myself, so let me know how I did. Let me know how I did in the comments below. And yeah, that's pretty much all I can think of. We did just film an episode of Trekyards, so that's another tease. That'll be out in a while, depending if the Legends are in between it. But yeah, always working, always doing bits and bobs, always doing new CG. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and tune in when I do the next one. Depends on how many questions I get on this one is when I do the next one, and it'll probably be longer because this is relatively short. But if I get 60 questions, they'll take a while to go through. So until next time, guys, this is Commander Cockings, and I guess I'll see you next time. Have a great day.